So, one of the discoveries of psychology is that the basic unit of the brain appears to be the neuron. The neuron is a specific sort of cell. And a neuron has three major parts, as you could see illustrated here. Neurons actually look quite different from one another, but this is a typical one. There are the dendrites, these little tentacles here. And the dendrites get signals from other neurons. Now, these signals can be either excitatory, which is that they raise the likelihood the neuron will fire, or inhibitory, in that they lower the likelihood that the neuron will fire. The cell body sums it up, and you could view it arithmetically. The excitatory signals are pluses, the inhibitory ones are minuses, and then if you get a certain number, plus 60 or something, the neuron will fire. And it fires along the axon, the thing to the right. The axon is much longer than the dendrites. And in fact, some axons are many feet long. There's an axon leading from your spinal cord to your big toe, for instance. It is so shocking the lights go out. Surrounding, to complete a mechanical metaphor that would have led Descartes to despair, thank you, Colleen, surrounding the axon is a myelin sheath, which is actually just insulation. It helps the firing work quicker. So here are some facts about neurons. There are a lot of them, about 1,000 billion of them, and each neuron can be connected to around thousands, perhaps tens of thousands, other neurons. So it's an extraordinarily complicated computing device. Neurons come in three flavors. There are sensory neurons, which take information from the world. So as you see me, for instance, there are neurons firing from your retina, sending signals to your brain. There are motor neurons. If you decide to raise your hand, those are motor neurons telling the muscles what to do. And there are interneurons, which connect the two. And basically, the interneurons do the thinking. They make the connection between sensation and action. It used to be believed, and it's the sort of thing I would, when I taught this course many years ago, I would lecture on, that neurons do not grow back once you lose them. You never get them back. This is actually not true. There are parts of the brain in which neurons can regrow. One interesting thing about neurons is a neuron is like a gun. It either fires or it doesn't. It's all or nothing. If you squeeze the trigger of a gun really hard and really fast, it doesn't fire any faster or harder than if you just squeezed it gently.